Alright, here we go. We're going to make regular crepes. And then we're going to make some crepe Suzette. And then we'll make some regular dessert crepes. Alright, for the crepe batter, it's very simple. You need 2.5 cups of milk. There's 2.5. The recipe itself is very simple. The recipe is a piece of cake. What's important is the crepe pan. The pans that you use are the important thing here. Alright, so we have 2.5 cups of milk. We've got 2 eggs. Preferably large eggs. Butter, we're going to need 4 tablespoons of butter and 2 cups of flour. You don't have to sift the flour, don't worry about it. Need 2 cups of flour. This batter is going to be very thin. Crepe batter is very, very thin. Okay, here's 4 tablespoons of butter. Alright, now we're just going to mix this. We don't want to add any air to it. We don't want to whip it. We just want to mix it. Okay, we just want to blend this. We're not going to whip it. And it helps if you put your wet ingredients first, because then you won't have stuff on the bottom. You know, you won't have clumps of flour on the bottom. Okay, there it is. Now wait, I'll show you how thin this stuff is. It's very, very thin. Here you go, look. It's very thin. Compared to pancake batter, there's nothing to this. It's very, very thin. Alright, that's what you want. That's how easy it is to make the batter. Alright, we're going over to the stove. See ya. Alright, here you go. Now look, there's a bunch of ways you can butter your pans. You can melt some butter in one pan and use a paper towel and just smear it around. You don't want a lot of butter, but you definitely don't want these things sticking. You have to have the right pan. There's just no doubt about it. You have to have the right pan. Okay, you want the stove on fairly hot. You don't want it cold, that's for sure. You want it fairly hot. And what you're going to do is, in a second here, let me get this a little bit hotter. There it goes. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to put in 1 scoop. Alright, and then move it around in the pan, just like that. Okay, put it back on the heat. Alright, that's it. That's it. Hopefully your pan doesn't stick. If it does, you're screwed. And you go from there. Alright, I have two pans going, so let me get this one going. I have that other crepe over here on this other burner. Alright, look, 1 scoop. Move it around. There you go. The reason why you turn the pan is to get it as thin as possible. You know what I mean? You want the crepes as thin as possible. These pans could have been a little bit hotter when I started out, but that's okay. We can deal with it. Alright, look at this. That's completely free. It is not stuck to the pan. Same thing with this one. Look at that. That's what you want. If you have to, go out and buy yourself a crepe pan. You know, Walmart has them for, I don't know, $6. For $6, man. And then what you do is never use it for anything but crepes. If you want to keep it. If you don't really care, you use it for anything you want. Alright, now this one I've already flipped once. It should be a little browner. The pans should have been a little bit hotter. There you go. That's we're getting there. That's what you want, is a little bit of brown. You know, it could be a little bit browner. It needs to be a little bit hotter. Alright. I'm just going to set them in here. Once they come out of the pans, I'm just going to set them in that thing here. Look at that. That's what you want. That's a good crepe pan. Now if you can't flip them this way, use a spatula. Just be careful you don't scrape the pan. Be very careful. Okay, also what you want is the nice brown side down, so that when you fold it, the brown side will be up. You know what I mean? You'll be showing the best side. There you go, look at there, that's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, there we go. Now we're starting to get them. The pans are getting hot now. Okay, I'm just going to put this one over here. I'm going to butter, don't forget I have butter on the whatchamacallit, the paper towel. I'm going to do one more. One full scoop, roll it around, get it as thin as possible. There you go. Alright, same thing with this one, a little bit of butter. Okay. One scoop. Roll it around. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah, that's all perfect. That's what we want. Alright, I'm just going to make the rest of these up. Everything heavier. Okay, hey, listen. Once these pans get hot, which is what you want, you don't have a lot of time to work with them. Once you pour that stuff in, whoa, look at that. I mean, you know, it starts cooking immediately as soon as you put it on there. So don't mess around and think you have time to play with it. You don't. Here, I'll show you another one here. Alright, watch. Hold on. Alright, look at that. I mean, it's already solidifying. You don't have much time at all to play with this stuff. That's it. You know, what was that, 3 seconds? So you have to move it around quickly. Otherwise, you're going to end up with something that's too thick and it's not the right size. Alright, we're almost done. Only got a couple more. Oh man, these are going to be so good. Whoo! I can't wait. Alright, like I say, when you put them in your dish over here, put them with the brown side down. That way when you go to fold them up, the brown side is up and they look better. Now look, we're not even using butter anymore. We're not even using the butter. We don't need it. These pans are perfect. No stick, no nothing. Man, I'll tell you what. And I suppose if you wanted to play around, you could use pineapple or peaches or blueberries or whatever the heck you wanted. Alright, there you go. I'm going to add a little bit more orange juice. Alright, that's good. Okay, to that orange juice we're going to add, oh, I don't know, what is that? 1 tablespoon of butter. We're going to let it cook. We have to boil it. And I'm going to add just a little bit more butter. 1.5 tablespoons of butter. Alright, let it cook down. Oh, here it is. Alright, we're going to add some brown sugar. I don't know how much, maybe maybe 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Alright, we're going to let that reduce for a little while. We want a syrup. Oh yeah, baby. That's it. We could use a little bit of orange zest. If you don't have a zester, just take your cheese grater and use the real small thing on your cheese grater, and that's going to give you the same results as a zester. It's just a little bit harder getting it out of the holes, but that's not a problem. We're going to do that right here. Oh yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Alright, it's reducing down, starting to look good. Like I say, we want to reduce it to a syrup. Now for the crepes, what we're going to do is we're going to fold them into pie shape thingies. For instance, you're going to fold them into triangles like this. Okay, there's 1, 2. I'm going to make 4. It looks like it'll be enough for 4. Now the crepe is going to absorb a lot of the syrup. Man, we ended up with a lot of crepes. The butter also helps with the syrup also. Alright, we're going to add the crepes in. There we go. 4 of them. And we're just going to let them boil and let them absorb some of that juice. Oh, look at that. Okay, now we're going to add the booze. You got to have the booze. This is Patron Citronge. It's made in Mexico. Grand Marnier was just too expensive. I don't need no stinking Grand Marnier. So this is an orange liqueur. There we go. We add some of that. And again, for the kids, don't worry about the booze, because the alcohol is being evaporated out of it right now as we speak. Alright, now watch this. This is the cool part. I'm going to add in some 151 rum. Okay, you all ready? There you go. Now, if you do this table side, be very careful you don't burn anybody. But if you do it in the kitchen, make sure you turn off the lights and call everybody in so they think you're amazing. You know what I mean? Now, once that stops burning, that means the alcohol is gone. That's it, it's over with. So the dessert is ready. Once it stops, there you go. That's it. And if you have a gas stove, when you go to flambe it, take it away from the gas. Because at 151, man, that stuff will explode. Alright. There you go.